Hey everyone, welcome to the 7th video in a series of tutorials that will help you to collect, examine and visualize urban informatics and modelling through digital data sources within the context of Melbourne, Australia. Hi, my name is Amy, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to add an area attribute to a shapefile layer in QGIS. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to type in Urban to our internet browser and go to the Urban portal. And then from here, we're going to create a new project, which I've already done. And then we're going to refine our area selection down to that of Melbourne City. From here, we are going to copy this area as a bounding box. And then we're going to edit this bounding box to just include that of the Melbourne CBD area and Docklands. Then from here, we are going to open up our data browser and type in green space into the keyword search bar and press enter. Then from here, we're going to adjust our available data sets to be that of the newest. And we are going to choose the PSMA green space polygon from August 2019. In this data set's attributes, we're going to select all of them. And we're going to save this data set with a new name. And then add it to our command panel. This particular data set requires you to agree to a license. So if you just scroll down to the end of it and then press accept. And then we are going to close our data browser. From here, we are going to click on our spanner that's beside our data set and download this data set as a shapefile. Once this data set has finished downloading, we are going to show the data set within our folder, and we are going to extract this data set from its zip file. Then we are going to minimize our internet browser and open up QGIS. And as always, making sure that we're opening up the QGIS with the grass extension. Once QGIS has been opened, we're going to navigate and find our downloaded shapefile. And we're going to click and drag this shapefile into our layers section, thus opening up a new QGIS project. From here, we're going to rename our layer so that we can easily identify it. And we're going to recolor our layer in order to resonate with that of green spaces. So to do this, we're going to double click on our layer to open up our layers properties. And we're going to select the color green for our layer and press OK. The next thing we're going to do is to add our area attribute data field. So to do this, we're going to open up our attribute table. And as you can see, all of the attributes that we selected in our dataset's attributes on Urban are seen in columns here. So we are going to want to add a column or an attribute data field to this layer. So to do this, we are going to click on our pencil to edit this layer. And then we're going to go over to our layers field calculator. and open this up. As we are wanting to create a new field, we need to give this field a name, which in this case will be area. And as we are wanting our area to be within meters squared, we're wanting to make sure that our output field type is that of a whole number. Then within our functions dialog box, we can choose to input a series of functions from the list of functions we have here. But in this case, we're going to want to add the function of area. So we are going to type in $area and then press enter. QGIS will take the geometries of each of these green spaces and calculate an area for these spaces within meters squared using this formula. So once we've done this, we're going to press OK. And voila, we can now see our area for each geometry within the green spaces dataset calculated for us within seconds, which is a great time saver when trying to analyze areas with rather large parameters. So once we have done this, we're going to once again click on our pencil in order to finish editing, and we're going to save these changes made to our layer. Once these changes have been saved, we're going to exit our attribute table. And we're going to reopen up our properties. From here, we're going to add a label to each of our green spaces to visualize the areas of these spaces. So to do this, we're going to click on the Labels tab, and we're going to choose single labels from the list of label options. Next, we are going to select our new area attribute from the list of value options. And then we are going to customize our label. We can select our desired font, which in this case will be UGothic semi-bold. And then we can alter the size of our font if we desire. And then from here, we can format our font. As we are working with numbers, the type case does not really matter. But if you'd like, you can alter it if there was letter-based text. And then we can also alter our alignment if we so wish. So in this case, we're going to center it. And if you want, you can also wrap the text. There are also options within the label parameters for you to add a buffer around each letter, a background around the entire text, a shadow to make the text stand out, callouts if you are wanting to offset this text. And if you are going to offset this text, you can also place it in a number of quadrants and offset it from the X and Y axis of these quadrants. However, in this case, as we are wanting to visualize our area, we are wanting to keep it centered within each of these geometries. And you can also render these labels if you so desire. But for now, we're just going to press OK. And as you can see, we can now see our areas visualized within the viewport. As there are a lot of green spaces within our study area, we are going to filter these areas down into the area types. So to do this, we are going to go back to our attribute table. And in this case, we are going to filter these down based on our green space code type. These green space codes, if we go to our internet browser and look up PSMA, green space data product description, and then select the Data Product Description document from the search engine options. We can then do a find search for LMU, and we can see within this that these codes describe the type of green space that we are looking at. So if we minimize our internet browser once again, and going back to our QGIS table attributes, we are going to exit this, and we are going to go back into our layer properties, go to our symbology tab, and we are going to filter our symbols based on their categorized attribute type. Selecting our green space attribute, as this is the one with our different green space codes. We are going to select a color ramp of a variety of greens, and then we are going to classify this categorization, and then click OK. From here, let's say that we want to visualize the area of all of the reserves within our study area. We can use the code LMU007 and then expand our layer to show all of our categorized codes, and we can hide all of the layers that are not reserves or LMU007s. So now we can see the area of all of our reserve geometries in our QGIS viewport. Thanks for watching this video on how to add an area attribute to a shapefile layer in QGIS. In the next video, I will show you how to add basemap XYZ tiles to QGIS. So until next time, bye!